A vision board allows you to have that like unlimited thinking. It allows you to put down all fear, put down all barriers within your mind. Set all that aside for a second and picture what you want in your life and create that through your vision board. Peace, what's up to my Wonder family out there? Thank you guys so much for making your return right back here to my channel with me, okay? Y'all know I love it when y'all pop in, okay? Y'all know I love it when y'all stop by, okay? And if you are new here to the Wonder family, kick your feet up, get you a drink, kick back and chill, okay? And make sure that you guys are all liking this video, sharing this video, leaving a comment, okay? And make sure that you guys are subscribed, okay? Make sure you guys hit the little bell and all that right there so that way you are notified every time I drop a video, period, all right? So, y'all know I like to get right to it. The truth about vision boards, okay? Okay, so first things first, people be wondering, what is a vision board? A vision board is a collage of words and pictures and dreams and affirmations and goals that you want to pull into your life. A vision board is meant to help you think about long-term goals as well as short-term goals. And it's also meant for you to break out of your shell and to know that whatever it is that you want to have in your life, you definitely can have it. A vision board can be anything that you want it to be. It could be health goals. It could be career goals. It could be financial goals. It could be lifestyle goals. It could be a car. It could be education. It could literally be anything that you want it to be as long as it's positive and not meant to hurt someone else. Because your intentions is real and your intentions definitely matter when you're making a vision board, okay? So I want to tell y'all a real story. Okay, this is going to be story time with RX real quick, okay? Because this right here is a story that really transformed and changed my life. I promise to you, okay? Like, I am so serious right now. Okay, so this right here was back in the day, right? I want to say this right here was like around the year 2014, maybe, ish. So I had this job, right? And I hated this job. This job, I just didn't want to be there no more. But I had worked there for a very long time. And I just was like, looking around at the coworkers and the other employees, my coworkers. And everybody there had been there 20 years, 25 years, 15 years, all this time. And it was one of them jobs where the culture of the job was, once you work here, you're not going to work anywhere else. And I would say, why is that? Why do you, what? I don't get it. And they'll be like, yeah, like once you work here, like you're just going to always work. You're going to retire from here. That's just how it is. But this ain't no job where you want to retire from. This is not no job that you even want to be working at like that. Like, I don't even want to tell y'all what we was getting paid, okay? Like, I had my bachelor's degree. This job was like really good for experience, but it was not a long-term job. It just wasn't, okay? So they was doing some bad things at this job. So I started speaking up and I'm like, that's not right. That's not fair. Y'all can't be doing that right there. So I started educating the clients about the wrongdoings that was happening to them and telling their parents and trying to like blow the whistle basically. So they didn't like that. They was like, oh, you can't be up in here doing that kind of stuff. So me and the job was not really seeing eye to eye. Let's just put it that way, right? So I had read this book, right? This book is called The Secret, okay? And when I read this book, it sparked something inside of me. And I was like, I don't believe none of this stuff, but if it's true, I'm about to test it out. So it had this thing on there, right, where it was like vision boards and stuff like that, right? Like affirmations and think about what you want in life and all this stuff. And like I was like on my conscious journey starting from like 2009, 2010. So I'm like a couple of years in, but I haven't really applied everything like that. You feel me? So this is like 2013, 14, somewhere in that range right there. Like this actually, as a matter of fact, I'm speeding ahead. This is 2013. This is 2013 for sure, okay? Okay, so I'm like, I'm finna make a vision board. And I'm about to put some extra out, crazy, ridiculous stuff up on here. And we'll see what happens. So I make this vision board. And I had like specifically about my car, specifically about my job, specifically about traveling, specifically about family, and these things right here. I put stuff on there, but specifically about the job. I just told y'all that this job I was at was just so bad. You guys have no idea. And I put up on this thing, like, I want a job where I'm making double the money that I'm making at this job over here. I want a job where I have like a caseload of clients that I see them and I have a relationship with them. I have a rapport with them, and like nobody could get in the way of that. And I want to have a job where I can like work in an office and be in the field. And I want a job where, I can get paid for mileage. I want a job where they gonna pay for the wear and tear on my car. I was just putting all this crazy, ridiculous, outrageous stuff on this paper, okay? I put it up on my vision board every day. I did affirmations. I looked at the vision board. I envisioned myself having this job specifically, okay? Because I'm telling y'all, I hated this job I was at, okay? And that's how much I hate the job that I did something that I didn't even believe in, okay? Like, that's crazy. So all of a sudden, I get a phone call one day, and the dude that ain't supposed to be telling me this, okay, but he was a brother, you know what I'm saying? So he called me up one day and he was like, hey, look, Risa, like, you better go find a different job because I'm being told not to even call you up when we need employees on the job. And we don't got nobody in here working. They still told me don't call you. And they know we short staffed. So I'm going to just tell you right now, look for a different job. That's all I can say to you. Just look for a different job. And I was like, okay, bet. So that night, it was like late at night, right? Because I was waiting for them to call me up to come work at the overnight shift. So I happened to go online, and I'm not even thinking about no vision board, by the way. I happened to go online, and I just look up like jobs, like, in my area or whatever. And this job fair pops up. It is late at night, by the way. It's like 11, 12 at night, like 11 p.m., 12 a.m.-ish, right? So it was like, like the job fair is in the morning at like 7 or something like that. Bring your resume, this and that. So I had went on my laptop. I had created a little resume real quick. I printed it out, and I woke up the next morning and I went to this job fair, and they were like pretty much telling us like, we only looking for like 5 people, and there's 50 people. I'm one of the 50. So I'm up in there, and I was like, I should just go home right now. And I was like, nope. I got the job. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to get this job and this and that. Mind you, I don't know too much about this job. I just saw a job fair and come by, and it looked like something that would be on my resume. So I just went. So we have an interview one-on-one. I'm with the supervisors. Everything goes so good. Long story short, I get the job. I go to my job because they called me in, right? They called me in one random day. And I went up there, and I had my 2-week notice in my hand. I was fanning myself with. I walked up in that office, and then a lady looked at me, and I looked at her, and she looked at me. I looked back at her, and I was like, what's up? And I was like, here go my 2-week notice. Yeah. So, boom, I walk out her office or whatever, right? Because this lady hates my guts, right? And I really don't care for her either, okay? I don't care about this woman. So, I go to the little, to my little workstation or whatever, right? I was like, I didn't want to say nothing to nobody because I felt bad to tell them that I was leaving, like my coworkers, but they knew what I was going through, and they were like, commending me, like, oh my God, you stood up to them and you don't care and this and that. Like, I can't do that. I need this job. And I was like, you don't need this job? And they was all looking at me like, what? And I was like, yeah, girl, you don't need this job. Like, you can go get you a job somewhere else, girl. You educated. You got a degree. You can go here. You can go there. You get this job. You get that job. You over here doing all this work, bent over backwards for these people. They don't appreciate none of us. And I'm in here, I'm going in. Okay, I'm going in. And mind you, there's cameras all over the campus because it is a lockdown facility. Okay, so they like listening to me, like the higher up, like listening to me, seeing me talk to the people, empowering the people and stuff like that. And they were like, so one girl, she was like trying to be like a little negative Nancy up in there and was like, oh, if it's that easy, like, why aren't you working somewhere else? We all see what you got going on up in here. And I was like, oh, I'm happy that you said that, girl, because I did a vision board and I had put up on there that I want this, and this on my next job. And guess what? I just got hired. I just gave them my 2-week notice. And the look on everybody's face was like, oh my God, what? They couldn't believe it. They could not believe it. And because I'm telling you, these people are conditioned to think that once you at this job, there's nowhere else that you can go. And that's when one girl was like, if you don't mind me asking, like, how much are you getting paid? I was like, girl, I'm getting double than what we getting paid up in here. And that's when they were all like falling out of their chair, okay? Because this is like unheard of to these small-minded people. So I started at my new job. I loved this job. I was literally in the field working 80% of the time. I only went to the office for meetings, and I only went to the office to type up field notes, okay? Because like whenever you're working with these clients and you're getting billed through like insurance and stuff like that, you have to give notes for every single encounter that you have with every single student or every single client. So I had like 15 clients that I worked with. I was just I love these kids so much. These kids were so amazing. They was in the system, they was incarcerated, they was on probation, they was, some troubled youth or whatever. But I had such a great time with these kids. I learned so much from them. They learned so much from me. And like, it was one of the best jobs I've ever had in my life. Okay. I know that story right here was a little bit long, but I said all that right there to say this, okay? Vision boards are real, okay? Vision boards are the truth, all right? Like, I was literally a non-believer. I did not really believe in it. But that one time I was just at such a bad place, I had to just say, let me roll the dice. I done rolled the dice on a whole bunch of other stuff with this damn job. So let me at least roll the dice and try to bet on myself real quick, okay? And sure enough, I hit the jackpot, okay? I got about that job. I was at my next job for a very long time. Like, I love that job. I was there, pretty much all through like my master's program and getting my master's degree. Once I got my master's degree, I moved on to a different job, and everything just got better and better from there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that right there is why I'm a firm and, advocate of, a firm believer and a strong advocate of vision boards, because it worked for me. Like, it literally worked for me, okay? Like, I wouldn't even say I believed 100% what I put up on that board, but I would just envision it. I would just speak it. I would just think about it. And I really just said to myself, I don't have to be at this dead-end job getting treated like this, because they were treating people bad up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many stories I could tell y'all. It's crazy. But I say all that right there to say, make you a vision board, okay? It's about that time. It's about that time, okay? So let's keep it real, okay? There are so many benefits of having a vision board, okay? And the first benefit of having a vision board is that the vision board is meant to display your goals and your dreams, okay? And you can express those goals and you can express those dreams through words. You can express those dreams through pictures, okay? You can do it any which way that you want. You can do it with quotes or something like that. But you are literally taking what it is that you want in your near future and putting it into the universe. You're literally putting it onto a poster board, okay? It also helps you to have more clarity in where it is that you want to go in your life. Like, you can really get clear and concise and exact about what exactly do you want. You say you want a new car. Okay, what kind of new car do you want? Let's find a picture. Like, what kind of car you want? You want a SUV? You want a truck? Do you want a sports car? How many doors do you want? What color you want it to be? What kind of gas mileage you want to be getting on this vehicle? You know what I'm saying? Like when I manifested my car, I just really wanted a car where I can put a lot of miles on it. Like, I want to be able to drive to Mexico anytime I want. I go to Mexico, I drive into Tijuana a lot. So I don't want to go out there with some car that's going to be expensive and have to pay all this money for gas and all this stuff. So I really kept that in mind when I was looking for my car that I have now, because I've used my vision board for so many things. A vision board is also super motivational, okay? Like, seeing it every day and seeing the pictures every day and seeing the quotes every day and really seeing laid out what it is that you want to have in your life. That right there is super motivational for you to have that right there in your life, to see it every single day, and just to encourage you to just speak those things into existence, to visualize those things into existence. Having a vision board will really shift your mindset. I told you guys, when I was at this job, my mindset was kind of being, bent in a way where I was like, oh, I'm at this job. I might have to stay at this job long term. I don't know if I'll be able to go somewhere else, And me making my vision board broke all of that. It was like, no, you can do something else. You can go somewhere else. You can have something else. So that right there was like, oh my God, such a huge benefit for me. And last but not least, a vision board pulls you closer to your success, because as soon as you say that you want something, as soon as you put that out into the universe, it has no choice but to come to you if you allow your mind to open up enough to receive it, okay? You cannot have a closed mind while having a vision board. You have to break all those barriers off of your mind and go for what it is that you really want in life and more. Okay, so with every benefit, there's always a downfall. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it real with y'all right now and say that there are a few downfalls of a vision board. Okay, I gotta keep it real. So believe it or not, a vision board is not a magic wand. Okay, you cannot make a vision board and just make it and think that you have done all the work that there is to do to manifest the things that you have put on that vision board. Okay, you have to have action behind your vision board. You cannot just make it and think, now it must happen because I said so. No. You have to put in action, and you have to use your thoughts, and you have to use your words to speak and bring those manifestations into being, okay? Another downfall that people often miss is that they just put too much stuff on their vision board. It's just cluttered. It's just a big old mess of just words and pictures and things. There's no organization to it. And you have to have some sort of organization to your vision board, okay? You need to. And another thing that I always have noticed is that people don't create the steps that is needed to get the things that they want from their vision board. They just put on there some big step, like I'm gonna, have this government job where I'm gonna be getting paid $200,000 a year. You can have that job for sure, but if you're working minimum wage, you don't got no education right now, the chances of that right there are a little bit slim. So you have to make sure that you are creating some steps, some smaller steps to get to those real big steps. Okay, so I think that those are some of the things that people kind of overlook. They don't think about. They just rush into the vision board thinking that they just gonna put a picture of a mansion and put they face glued onto a marriage to like Lil Baby or something like that, and then they be mad when it don't happen. Like, girl, you up in Kentucky and you stay in your house all day. Like, how you gonna meet Lil Baby? Come on. Things that I like to do when I'm creating my vision board is pictures. I like to use stationery. I like to use markers. I like to use stickers. I like to, write on the vision board myself. Another thing that I often do is use Post-it notes, and I just stick Post-it notes on there in different sections. And then that way I could be changing out what it is that I want. So I would have short term, financial, personal goals, whatever. I have 3 categories, and I will put maybe 3 goals on each of those. And I'll have, some pictures and stuff like that, but it will all be on Post-it notes. So that way I could just be interchangeably utilizing my vision board for a long period of time. And I'm not, once I accomplish a goal, I could just take it down and put up the next goal. So that right there is another way that you could also utilize your vision board. A super important aspect of your vision board is to put it somewhere that you are going to see it every single day. Next to your bed, on a wall. You can maybe even get a whiteboard or something like that and put that right there up. You can put it on your refrigerator. You can put it on, your door before you walk out the house every day. You have to see it. You can put it on your bathroom mirror. You could put it anywhere that you're going to see it every single day, all the time. Okay. For me personally, right on the wall next to my bed is the perfect place for my vision board. That's where I always have mine. So some personal tips that I would like to give you guys before we close out here is to make sure that your vision board is organized. Okay, make sure that you have sections of things that you want, and try not to have it all super cluttered and stuff like that, because that right there, you don't want no cluttered life. Okay, you want it to be organized. And another personal tip that I would give you guys is to share your vision board with a few close friends that you can trust. Don't go posting your vision board all over social media for everybody to see. I personally wouldn't do that, just because I'm a firm believer that whatever it is that you're working on, make sure you're working on that in private until it comes to fruition for you to show it to the world, because other people bad juju could rub off on you, baby. I'm just letting you know. Also, sharing it with other people will help you to be more accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like you have like a small group of friends, maybe 2 or 3 people that you really trust. Share your vision board with them. Y'all can have a vision board party or something like that where y'all get together, y'all make vision boards together, and you guys hold each other accountable. And it's like, hey girl, you put up on your vision board that you was gonna be going to the gym 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday, girl. You ain't been out one time. You can go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that right there is your 3 times this week. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody there to like hold you accountable, and somebody that's gonna somewhat hold your hand and lift you up through getting to those goals, because sometimes we put goals up on there and it's hard to reach those goals sometimes. We need that extra support. So sharing it with close friends and family, if they are trustworthy, that right there is a very good thing for you in your vision board. So something that I like to do before I even do my vision board is that I like to journal. Okay, well, I do meditation and then I do a journal. Okay, and I journal the miracle question. I ask this question a lot to people, and I always say, if you woke up tomorrow and your life was exactly how you would want it to be, what would your life look like? No fear, no limitations. What would your life look like? And I sit there and I journal. Okay, I would wake up in the morning. You know, my life would look like this. I would have these tasks to do every day. You know, I would have this amount of money in the bank account. I would have this car. I would be, doing this and that with my kids. I would just journal everything out, right? Everything that I vision for my life. And then I would turn that into the vision board. Through words, through pictures, through quotes, through affirmations. Okay, that's something that I love to do first. Meditation is also important because that right there helps you to visualize exactly what it is that you want. Okay, so visualization and then writing it down and then making a vision board. That's the order that I prefer to use, and I would encourage you to do that as well. But if you have a better way, don't let me stop you. I also like to add affirmations to my vision board, even if it's just on a Post-it note that I put next to the goal. I would like to put on there maybe 3 affirmations. I am, I have accomplished this, or whatever it is. I just put 3 affirmations and I speak those every single day. I prefer to do it when I first wake up or right before bed, or both. When I first wake up and right before bed. I mean, to say a couple of affirmations, what does that take you? 2 minutes? You can do that right there a few times a day. You got this. So what I also like to do is have like a little addendum, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not on the vision board. I will maybe have that in my journal, and I would just have like an addendum of each goal, and I would break down step by step, what do I need to do to, get to these goals? What time frame am I going to be looking at here? So I'll share something with you guys. I would put on there something like, I want to, write a book. Right? And I'll be like, okay, well, for the first 3 months of, this time frame right here, I'm going to be focused on, finding a publisher. I'm going to be focused on, writing the book. I'm going to be focused on, what do I want the book to look like? And in the next 3 months, I'm going to go ahead with my plans. And in the next 3 months, I'm going to be putting the book out into the world. So that way you're breaking it down and you're putting like a time frame on it. So that right there is another thing that you could also be looking into. Okay. Time frames. And last but not least, okay, I hardly ever do this, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the vision board that I have for myself for the year 2023. And I made this vision board maybe around the middle of December 2022. And this right here is what my vision board looks like, okay? As you guys can see here, I have like self-care, I have goals, I have love, I have my future. I had some affirmations up on here, and I really wanted to, just envision these different things and to make sure that I'm doing something to make these things happen. And sometimes you put things on your vision board and maybe you don't accomplish it in that time frame. Maybe it doesn't happen because maybe it wasn't supposed to happen. As you guys can see up on here, I wanted to have a retreat in Chetumal. I really wanted to do this retreat because this year, October 14th in Chetumal, there will be an annular solar eclipse happening. But things just did not work out for me to have this retreat. But I was able to learn about retreats. I educated myself on what it takes to have the retreat. I looked into so many different properties in Chetumal, and I just learned so much about it. And right now the time frame just is not possible for me because I've had personal things going on in my life which kind of slow things down for me. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to just give up on my goal. I'm still going to have my retreat. It just might not be right now. So that right there is super important to always remember. Whatever it is that you're doing on your vision board, make sure that you are putting some sort of effort into making it happen. And if it don't happen this year, boom, it can happen next year. Okay. Something on my vision board that I will share with you guys is, my self-care. Okay. Self-care, which was really important for me. Okay. Is to have more self-care and, just to set better boundaries with people in my life. And me setting those boundaries created more self-care for myself. Like I have on here yoga, morning prayer, having a night routine, reading more, writing more, taking care of my body through getting adjustments, through getting massages, going to visit, the wax bar, because that's something that I love to do for myself. Making sure that I'm getting pedicures, I'm getting my nails done, I'm getting my hair taken care of, I have hair products and stuff like that. And it was just little things like that right there that, I've been able to do, but maybe like last year, 2022, I wasn't able to do it as consistently as I would have liked to, or I just wasn't mindful of it. It was just like an automatic thing, like, oh, I'm gonna go get my nails done. Oh, I'm gonna go get a pedicure. Oh, I'm gonna go get my hair done. Oh, I'm gonna just wake up and do some yoga. And this year, it was more intentional. Like, this is my self-care. I'm doing this right here so I could feel good. I'm doing this right here because I deserve this. And that's, something on my vision board that I would say really came to fruition for me this year. I know the year isn't over yet, but we're already in September. We're going to be in October very soon, my birthday coming up and all that, So, I have time to still close out some of these things that I have on my vision board that I haven't completed, but I have enough time to make those things happen for myself, okay? And I'm not being too hard on myself. I'm just letting it be. I'm going with the flow, and I'm making sure that I'm making an effort to make these things happen, and I'm putting energy and effort toward these goals being fulfilled, okay? So I just want you guys to be encouraged. I just want you guys to be confident in making a vision board and knowing that it's a safe thing that you can do for yourself. It's something that, contributes to your own well-being, something that's going to advance you, going to contribute to your own success. Okay, making that vision board. And I would say right now is a perfect time to start thinking about what it is that you want for the year 2024. Okay, we're going to talk about that in the next video about New Year's resolutions and things like that. But because I think that a New Year's resolution and a vision board go hand in hand, and we'll talk about that in the next video. But right now is a great time to start thinking about what it is that you want. Where do you see yourself even in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 9 months, the next year, the next year and a half, 5 years, whatever it is. I like to personally only do vision boards for a year. Anything after that right there is, for me personally, is just too much. But for me, the next 12 months is mostly ideal. And then I have another vision board that's for every 3 months. Every 3 months I do that vision board. So I think that the vision boards have definitely helped me to stay organized, helped me to stay on it, have kept me motivated, have kept me pushing forward. Because sometimes if you don't have a lot of encouragement around you, you don't have a lot of support around you, you don't have a lot of motivation from the people around you, you have to do those things yourself. You got to find that within yourself, and you have to find that in your own personal discipline and your own personal accountability for yourself, okay? And your own personal support for yourself, okay? So I encourage you guys all to make sure you guys do a vision board. If you guys need any help with that, just let me know. Put it down in the comments if you guys have any questions. If you have created vision boards before, I would love to hear about it. And I really want to do like a vision board party on Zoom or something. I think that right there would be so much fun. But much love to all you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be back with another video very soon. Make sure you guys are tuned in to all my videos, okay? If you guys want to go back and look at some of the stuff that I've already had. I had tons of videos up already, but we are just getting started, you guys, okay? Because we got more rolling out, okay? So much love to all you guys. Hit that bell so you are notified when I have my next video, okay? So much love to all my Wonder family. Much love and peace.